Prevention of mother-to-child transmission of HIV (PMTCT) program is one of the HIV prevention methods initiated in Kenya to help reduce the risk of children getting infected by HIV, especially from their mothers. The program that needs the attention of the child caretaker is, however, met with many challenges, especially in cases where parents do not inform their domestic workers who spend a lot of time with their kids about the PMTCT practice, where the mother is HIV positive. Maureen Oyego tells her experience with PMTCT program.
I gave birth in 2008 and I did exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. So I used to leave the child with the caretaker when I was going to job. Sometimes I do express milk, then I leave behind. But you know, if you are not around, you can never know what is happening. I had even a caretaker who was HIV positive, and I knew it. So I was also keen, and I feared, but I trusted that maybe things will just be okay.
However, a time has never dawned to most parents the need to know the HIV status of their domestic workers or the parents' adamancy in telling them about the HIV status of the children. To find out more about this, we visited 2 families in Nairobi, and here we met Faustine, a domestic worker who is taking care of a 2-year-old girl. Faustine, who does not know her employer's HIV status, seems less bothered about the issue.
Sikuwa nimefikiria kama sikuwa imekuja kwa mawazo yangu ati niulize kitu kama hiyo. Lakini kwa nini tuseme kama kuishi pamoja hivi, sikuwa nimeona kama mnaweza leta shida. Nilikuwa najua sana ni kwenye mna uhusiano, kuna urafiki pamoja. Na watu wenye mnaishi pamoja ndio wenye mmeoana, ndio inakuwa rahisi kunini. Lakini sikuwa nimefikiria sasa kuisema na watoto ama inaweza leta shida.
Julie James, also a domestic worker who takes care of little Meshach, shares the same sentiment with Faustine. The program that includes either exclusive breastfeeding or no breastfeeding at all to a child born by an HIV-positive mother, if not well explained to the domestic worker, may end up exposing the child to the HIV infections.
That the caregivers have actually been left out in the whole campaign. So it is the mothers who are being trained, it is the mothers who are leaving the PCMT training centers with this information. How best they can disseminate this information, how best they can share with the workers and the carers, I think that we can leave to our imagination.
Dr. Nyamyombo, an expert in the program, says it is also important that parents practicing the PMTCT to carry their domestic workers with them when attending to clinics for guidance.
Domestic workers should be included in most at risk, because it has been there in the media. These people are sexually abused most of the time by maybe their employers. I had a case where a couple had a baby who was HIV positive, but none of them is HIV positive. But on further investigation, because we were wondering, was this child infected in a hospital? But those things don't happen now. But this child, because when the lady delivered, she was in college, the child was taken up country to stay with the grandmother. And the grandmother started giving the baby the breast. And with time, she started producing breast milk and breastfed the baby. But unfortunately, the grandmother was HIV positive, and she ended up infecting the child.
But this does not only put at risk the family, but also the domestic workers, who at times get ignored by their employers, who will not at all tell them if the children or family members are living with HIV.
They are also very much at risk. In fact, I feel that they are the ones who should even be demanding more to know the status of the families. It is true. And you know, they are very intimate with our children. Sometimes when I look at the relationship between a domestic worker and a child, I feel like crying, because some of these children do not have the same feelings for their mothers.
Wet nursing, where someone else breastfeeds your baby on a temporary or permanent basis, is also another challenge to the PMTCT. This was a common practice among many communities back then in the age, but surprisingly, the practice is making a comeback. At Tumaini Estate in Nairobi, we met Linda Oyer, a mother of two. Linda, after realizing that she could not produce enough milk, resorted to wet nurse her children through her sister, whom she did not know her HIV status, but only relied on trust.
Okay, personally, I did not think of any risk. It did not occur to me that I would be putting my child or her at any risk. I did not know. Let me say, I was not informed that there could be any risk. So when it comes to risks, we didn't discuss, we didn't think about it, we didn't think that there would be any risk. So for us, it was just a form of feeding the babies. That's it.
Linda's sister, who has been breastfeeding her two children, also did not make a point to know the baby's HIV status.
I'll be honest with you, even my sis, I don't even think I didn't see anyone becoming so shocked. It was very natural. Maybe it's because we are close, I don't know. But it was very natural. In fact, the person who should have worried would have been the father of the baby, but that didn't come up.
But according to Dorcas, also a lactating mother, this sounds weird.
Mtoto si wangu. Si wako. No, I'll be very much concerned about the status. Because even, okay, sijui, I can be having a udama yako na kidonda, and unajua HIV na transmitted through fluid mostly. So it's very easily for, kama sijui status zake, it's not good. And again, I sound poor hata kunyonyesha mtoto si wako.
Currently in Kenya, due to prevalences of HIV and other infectious diseases that a child can acquire through breastfeeding, wet nursing is highly discouraged and remains a risky venture for both the baby and the wet nurse.
There is the issue of wet nursing. It has not really been embraced in this country. But what I would like you to know is that any woman, whether she has a child or not, can produce breast milk. And then now, during breastfeeding, breast milk also has a lot of HIV virus. So that is why, for the duration a baby is breastfeeding, they should take ARVs. And this is a form of we can say it's a form of pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Breastfeeding is the best option for every baby, even HIV-positive mothers when they have access to ARVs. But those living with HIV may opt for exclusive breastfeeding, yet if they leave the baby in the cares of an uninformed caretaker, like a relative or a domestic worker, they may introduce complementary foods in the mother's absence.
Especially for women, working women in the urban areas. This caregiver spends more time with the child than the mother. Someone said something like 11 hours. We have an experience whereby we have some mothers working even through the night. And so you find that a caregiver can actually be taking care of a child even like 24 hours.
Even more disturbing is where a caretaker circles the baby to keep them quiet without the knowledge of their mothers.
And again, when these children are crying at night, you know, we've become very lazy parents. You don't want to sleep with your child. You don't even know how the child eats from the time they sleep up to morning. And there are some ladies, even after you stop breastfeeding, even 2 years later, you still have breast milk. And your house girl does not want to keep waking up at night. She may give the baby the breast, and you'll never know. And since we don't test we are not allowed to test, then you never know.
PMTCT being one of the most successful HIV prevention method in Kenya, a lot still need to be done, especially when it's come to integrating domestic workers into the program. Antonin Anyango, GBS.